brave world. These things been unfurled for our sons and baby girls. Straight line like fools on the corporate news. Fake Jews dropping bombs on young hospital youth. Could you possibly choose the truth or not out of...
Could get up and run all over the place. But when one of these brains was getting bad, well, we knew that we had to find what was wrong. So that was the first and so far the only true model of a brain transplant. We did some experiments in monkeys which sort of did the same thing, but we used the arteries in the abdomen so that the brain was internalized into the abdominal cavity. One of the questions that came up to us all the time, well, Dr. White, do you know if this brain is thinking? Is it alive? I mean, what is going through its mind? We showed him these superb EEG records. It looked normal. But people wanted to see if it was moving its eyes. They wanted to see if it would respond in any way. Now, the Russians have claimed for the better part of a century that they had developed a two-headed dog. I've seen the two-headed dog, and the animal does have two heads. And it was a great experiment. I named it Demikov, who's been dead for some years. But the difficulty here was that this was not an animal model that offered much in the human way. But I couldn't figure out what the idea was of a two-headed dog. I mean, I don't think there were many parents who would want the kids sticking out of there. Well, I went back to the drawing board. I realized that the only way we could do it is leave the cranial nerves, leave the nerves that are part of the brain and head connected. And thus would require something that people find inappropriate, and that would be a head transfer.
Okay, now I know you see this MTV2 drawing, okay? How, you know, with the two dog head, right? You see the second one. This is the black and white logo. Now you seen they had the dog that had two heads. They had this in Russia, okay? Again, you see the other logo with cattle. Now this one's interesting because they see, these elites see us as nothing. They call us goyim and cattle, useless eaters really. And basically that they'll, you know, they do whatever with us. You know what I'm saying? Lead us in any kind of way. They don't, you know, that's how a lot of people do cattle. Okay, you see the second of the two-headed logo. This is all over pop culture. People just think, I had to think like, I thought for a long time, why did they just come out with this logo, right? What made them think of this logo is just something, it all has a meaning, okay? So boom, we go to the next one, MTV2, you see the yellow and pink logo again, right? Just to further prove that this is their logo if you don't watch them, which most people have seen this. But they haven't, I'm pretty sure you haven't seen that they really have a two-headed dog, though, right? Okay, you now see the Freemason 2, the two-headed Sphinx, right? This isn't an eagle, okay? The 32-degree Mason, you see it's the same eagle from the $1 bill standing on a sword. See the eagle with the 13 stars of Israel, 13 arrows and 13 leaves. This is again, the 13 is a number of rebellion. You see the two-headed eagle in pop culture, and it's the same representation of Azazel's eye on the same dollar bill. Azazel is Satan's chief angel. That's why we go to James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All his ways. 2 Peter 2:14. Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls. And heart they have exercised with covetous practices. Cursed children. Okay? Well, cursing themselves, they did the same thing in Enoch. That's why that book is important. They're doing the same thing today they did back then. Mixing these things, making hybrid creatures. Ephesians 2:3. Among whom also we all had our conversations in time past in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So among times past, yeah, we operated, we wasn't really worried about this stuff. You know, we had our conversation in times past, the lust of the flesh. These people are still operating in that though. Genesis 3 and 4, because this is what they're chasing. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Okay? You shall. So this is the same thing that they said before, that they're following their father the devil. This is John 8:44, y'all. So y'all just peep game with this. This is what they're working for.
Think I'm going overboard, dude. Forgot who threw my ancestors overboard. On the way to this world, new world order. Clues over centuries of quarrels. Promoted it as normal, I'm no longer being cordial. No offense, but my attitude's informal. Just using what I perceived as resourceful. What would I keep silence for? Beware lest a man beguile you a river.